Hello, this is Eve from Sewing in Color coming to you with this wedding favor bag video. So there are multiple ways that these bags can be done. You can make them very simply, and you could make them in a more, even very neatly, in a more professional way. So today I'm going to show you how I do these wedding favor bags and in the neatest way possible. Doesn't take a lot of time, eh? So stick around and enjoy. This is medium weight cotton with a shiny finish, and you can use any kind of material you want to. Many people use the type of cotton canvas or burlap, and but I'm going to use this, whatever you whatever you want to use, you can use. There are no rules. So what I did was I did a type of a template, okay? This template from a simple piece of paper. It's like 10.5 centimeters by 12.5 centimeters. And what I did, I sort of cut on the fold, okay? Forgot to write that in. Cut on the fold, and that's necessary. Meaning that I took the material, folded the material like this, and just cut it out. Okay? So after that's done, what you do with these two rectangular pieces, you're gonna go to the sewing machine and sew them up in this way. Fold it in half like this, and you stitch along this side and you stitch along this side. Do the same with the other piece, and you stitch along this side and this side. I stitched along both sides of these two pieces. Now one is going to be used as the lining and the other one is going to be used as the outer fabric. So what you do is this: decide which one is which. Okay, I'm going to keep this one for the outer fabric, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip these corners so they remain crisp when I turn things inside out. Okay, this is the outer. I've chosen this one to be the outer fabric. So I'm going to just clip them like this. So just that when I turn them inside out, they remain nice and crisp. Okay. Now this one, I want it to be the lining fabric. So when I said to stitch all the way around here and here. But for me, I find it easier. You have to leave an opening, and you leave an opening about maybe, I would say 4 centimeters, because you need to turn things inside out. But for me, what I do is I just I stitch and then I open it up. I reopen it up. For me, it's easier that way. Use this seam ripper to unpick some of the stitches because you need an opening. Okay, just a couple more, and that's it. So we've decided this is to be the lining. So what you do is this: you turn the outer fabric, the one you're going to use as the outer fabric, turn it inside out like this. Making sure that the corners, they're okay, turn them out. Okay, so you have a crisp corner, and then you can of course always go to the ironing board and iron some more. So while this is turned inside out to the right side, keep the lining on the wrong side and you insert this outer fabric into the lining like this. So this goes in there. So now what you have to do is you line up the seams, okay, seam to seam, like this, and you pin all the way around this here. So it's pinned all the way around, and now you go and you stitch like 5 millimeters, like half of a centimeter, all the way around. Okay, with everything sewn in place, now we proceed to turn things inside out. So this gap that was left open in the opened in the lining, you just pull the main fabric here, pull that through like this. Okay, so the lining is pulled through. Take out this piece of thread there. And what you do, then we proceed to push the lining into the main fabric. But before you do this, you want to close that gap. Here you can even take the opportunity to get these corners nice and crisp. This is for the lining. Okay, and this gap, before you push everything in, you want to close it. You can close it in two ways: by machine stitching. So practically what you do is you take this to the machine, and that part that was left open, you just 2 millimeters, you stitch right along the edge and you close it up. Or you can hand stitch. So here's with a needle and thread. If you decide to do it that way, hand stitching, you can proceed in this way by taking a little, just a piece of little bit of fabric from the sides here, from one side, and then the opposite side, because the opposite side, proceed like this. And you go again, you take it from the other side, the opposite side, few millimeters away. And then you go to this side. In this way, it's going to be closed up with, it's going to be really neat. And there you proceed. Just from one side to the other, one side to the other. A little bit of material taken from here, a little bit of material taken from here. Now I finished hand sewing it and it remains really neat. Now if you have like hundreds of these to do and you know the time is not on your side, you can really do the machine stitch and it remains really neat also. Because the important thing, the reason I'm doing it this way, because you know I don't want to, you can make these bags quickly but then you get frayed threads here, there, inside. Doing it this way, there aren't any frayed threads. Okay, so what you do now is you pull this and you push the lining inside now that it's all stitched up. Because they're so small, I use something to help me get things in. So now I've turned it inside out. I am going to take it to the ironing board, iron as flat as possible, and these edges here, I'm going to be ironing them to as flat as possible. All ironed now, you can decide to even embellish this with some lace. You can do like this. Now it's up to you if you want to leave this plain. I'm going to leave it plain because for demonstration, and then you can simply put a stitch, stitch this lace around. You can up there or even down here. And to tie it up now like this, I have many different color ribbons and I really have to decide which color to use at this point. So I'm going to try to understand what to use in order to, which color that really fits nicely. Tie it up and show you something. So I used this ribbon, tied it into a bow, and don't know if you like this color. I did stuff it with some wadding because of course in here goes the confetti, so you have a better idea. I'm going to show you this color, this pink color with different color bows, and you can leave some comments and tell me which color goes better with this material. Another one, it's thinner this time, and the tail I left it a little longer, maybe a different style. And there's this one, more festive looking. No tails. And last but not least, this is another color here, this green. So this is Eve from Sewing in Color signing off. And you can also check out my Etsy shop. Check out the items in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description. So that's all for now. Have a great day.